This episode of the Nerd Corporation podcast may contain spoilers and explicit language. Listener discretion is advised.
Hey, this is Rob Weedoff. I play John Marston in Red Dead Redemption, and you are listening to the Nerd Corporation podcast.
Welcome to the Nerd Corporation.
What up, everybody? It's Thursday, and you know what that means.
Go sports ball.
It was a pop fly in the end zone.
Go sports! Move the thing to the other thing.
I'm happy because my team did something.
But it is podcast day. Welcome to episode 84. Oh yeah, one of them.
Jesus Christ, 84 episodes.
84 episodes.
Oh my god.
Welcome to episode 84. Oh yeah, one of them. The Squeekual.
Kill me.
For fuck's sake.
We're just gonna shoot the shit and talk about what we're playing. We are gonna get into some nerd news though. Some crazy shit from the wrestling world. WWE no longer has a plan if Vince McMahon dies.
Wait, what?
That's so funny.
WWE no longer has a plan if Vince McMahon dies. Triple H and Stephanie McMahon can't run the WWE.
What do you mean can't?
They can't.
Like they're not allowed?
Yeah.
Barred. Barred from taking control.
They are barred from ringside.
Permanently.
Permanently.
So, WWE co-presidents George Barrios and Michelle Wilson are no longer a part of the company and will no longer serve on the board of directors. And these are two people that have been with the company for decades. So with these departures, WWE's stock price fell down, and Bloomberg is reporting that WWE has lost over $1 billion in market value.
Are you fucking holy fuck?
Yeah, so WWE stock fell down 28%, and Loop Capital's Alan Gould reports that WWE now has diminished confidence. And according to Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer, WWE no longer has a plan in case Vince McMahon dies, which is one of the reasons why the stock price fell. The reason why Triple H and Stephanie McMahon can't run the WWE is because Wall Street won't accept them in that role. So, like, Barrios and Wilson, they all had, like, backgrounds that Wall Street deemed qualified had Vince McMahon died and they took over the company. Meltzer says...
I would think that, actually wrestling in the WWE is background enough.
Yeah.
Well, and it's not even that. Like,
Triple
H has
been doing it.
Like, a massive part of running the business operation.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. Dave Meltzer said it's got to be something really serious for Vince to fire both people without notice with no succession plan and kind of killing the succession plan. Because if something happened to Vince, everybody expected Michelle Wilson and George Barrios would be the people to run the company. Now, nobody knows who will run the company, and that uncertainty is one of the reasons the stock price dropped a lot. The company is still safe for 5 years no matter what, even if something happens to Vince and there's chaos, you still have that revenue coming in. At that point, it would make things really strange because, again, we don't know who's going to be running the company. We have no idea. It's not going to be Paul Levesque, which is Triple H, and it's not going to be Stephanie McMahon. Paul Levesque will run the wrestling end, but he's not going to be CEO or anything like that. The president of the company... or CEO or anything like that, or the president of the company, because Wall Street won't accept him in that role because he doesn't have that background. So it's going to be, they'll accept Vince, and they would have certainly accepted George Barrios and Michelle Wilson, so but everyone who works for Vince has a shelf life. That's the reality.
Huh.
So $1 billion in market revenue.
Well, AEW is certainly looking pretty good now, aren't they? I mean, not that they weren't already.
Fucking money.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that hurts anybody.
Oh, yeah.
Jesus, man.
Well, on the Marvel front, I know that this trailer's been out for a second, but I'm just now I hadn't seen the trailer yet, but I'm just now reading that my hope has come to fruition, and we are going to see motherfucking Taskmaster in the MCU.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
And I'm fucking stoked.
In the hella badass Super Fire Flame front, we got a new trailer for Fast 9.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
And
Hey, I mean, I'm not a fan of these movies. Like, really. I'm a fan of Cars. Like, I was gonna talk about it a little bit beforehand, but I really dig those first 3 movies because they really kind of tapped into this super upcoming community of,
street racers.
not only street racer, but tuner community.
Yeah.
Car people.
And, well, I mean, back when they were making those movies, they had, like, supercars and everything, too.
Right.
But, like Fast and the Furious, Too Fast, Too Furious, and Tokyo Drift were all kind of about, like, entry-level sports cars.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where you saw stuff like your Toyota Supras and your low-level Challengers and all that shit. And then you had, like, the entire Japanese community where you had, like, all the Nissans and Subarus and shit. Yeah, and I really connected with those because I always thought that those cars were cool. I don't really connect with these newer movies just because, like, they are those super cars, like, fucking, like, don't they have, like, Bugattis and Lambos and shit now?
Yeah.
And they got those, like, isn't the Dodge Demon in there and everything? Like, they've got, like, some insane fucking cars.
Mm-hmm.
However, tangent aside, that trailer does look pretty good. I'm not hyped for that movie, like, at all, but I thought it was a good trailer.
Trailers always look good for anything.
I'll just Google Cars if I want to look at them. I mean, I don't need to shell out a bunch of money to go see some dumbass movie that's like, Cars.
They're so fucking ridiculous. They're bad movies, all of them. God,
Yeah, but they're entertaining to people. And
I love those movies so goddamn much. Like,
I know
all of you. Fuck all of you. I will watch all of those movies.
I mean, you can understand, like, the level of ridiculousness when
Right, like, I'm not going to take it serious.
A hook on the front axle of a car and he's using it to swing around a mountain. No, that just wouldn't fucking happen.
No, it wouldn't happen. Like,
Which one was it where he's in the car and was it Too Fast, Too Furious where he fucking drives under the fucking semi-truck in the car?
That's the first one.
Oh, is it the first one?
Isn't that when they're doing the heist?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I was just like, I was like, oh, now I'm just like, there's no fucking way.
Yeah,
dude.
like, you've got to be dropped, like, to the floor.
Yeah.
And
It's not really about racing anymore, though.
Well, I mean, see, the thing that I see it, like, the way I see it, it was never about racing to begin with.
It's about family.
It's about family.
It's about family.
It was always like, the undercover cop needs to go infiltrate this street race thing, or the undercover cop ends up becoming an agent for the FBI and now has to follow this criminal, but this criminal is also involved in street racing.
So,
You should have just called it Furious, then.
Yeah.
Do you think that it hit, like, because this is something this is the cynic in me, do you think that this franchise hit, like, an all-time high when Paul Walker died?
I think
it, like, brought everybody together and they're like, oh my god, the Supra and the Skyline, and we connected with this man.
I think, honestly, I think Paul Walker passing away gave a new breath to the rest of the series.
Yeah.
Like, because now it's just like...
It's fucking horrible to say.
Yeah, it is. Like, it's not a good thing.
It's been been a hard day for all of us. Let's keep making these movies.
Let's go.
Let's spit the next one out.
And they walk away to their fucking mansions filled with money.
And so, like...
Vin Diesel, you'll do anything, right? Yeah. Okay.
You know it.
So, you know, it gave life to all these stories, and all these people started coming back, and you know what I mean? Like...
I hear you.
You know what I mean? Like, and Han is back. Somehow he died.
I love all of the articles that are talking about, like, 9 different ways how Han is alive.
Yeah.
Like
when you have
just
to start,
alive.
When
just
you have
fucking...
to start making articles like that, you lose. You already lose. Just
yeah, but
accept it and whatever.
You know what I mean? I know how ridiculous these movies are. Like, I know how over the top they are and how, like, crazy they are, but you crank one out every year. I don't give a fuck.
Bro, I'm a Kingdom Hearts fan. I can't talk shit about any fucking fandom at all, bro.
I mean, hell, we just spent 5 minutes talking about Fast and the Furious.
That's way too long.
I mean, you could describe the entire plot in that amount of time.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
We got a new trailer for Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Yeah, we did.
We sure as fuck did.
I would like to echo that sentiment.
I keep looking for something bad, and I can't find it, like, ever.
Mm-hmm.
I'm starting to think that, like, this might just be the most perfect game ever made. like, what are you doing to me right now? Like, I can't handle this shit. It showed... So, originally when I watched it, I thought it showed way too much. I was like, holy fuck, we are diving deep into some shit right now. Like, it shows Honeybee Inn. It shows, like, the amalgamation of cross-dressing Cloud.
Yep. He looks perfect. Like,
yeah.
Almost identical to the original.
People are crying that it's not a purple dress. And I'm just like, Tifa's got a purple dress. Like, it just doesn't, it's fine. Like, quit bitching, you know? We also saw the Nibelheim scene, which, fuck yes, it's in this game. I'm so excited. We see, you know, Kid Tifa and Kid Cloud. We see a lot of Sephiroth in this one. We see major players in Shinra. So we saw Palmer, we saw Scarlet, we saw... I think we might have seen Reeve before. I'm not sure.
I can't remember.
Yeah, we saw more of. We saw Hojo. Hojo's in this too, and he looks fucking positively creepy as shit. I love it. There are 2 bombshell moments in this trailer. They show Red 13, which, of course, he was going to be in the game. Like, if it's going to be Midgar, you know, he shows up at the end of Midgar. But the big question is right now is whether or not he's playable. So he's seen in parts where, you know, it is gameplay, but I don't know if he's playable yet. There might be, and then everyone's speculating like, oh, he's just not a part of the party. He's just a guest member during that fight. However, that fight that we see him in is a fight with fucking Genova. Yeah. Which, holy shit, they're putting Genova in the first part of this game. So, if anybody's played the original, you don't usually come across Genova until well after Midgar. Like, there's a town that you go into named Junon, and you get on this boat, and that's when you fight her. Yeah. So, I'm gonna guess that you come across her, and I've watched a lot of breakdown videos and everything. It looks like Sephiroth kind of shows himself in the, like, right after he kills President Shinra, and then it seems like it takes place in that same room where you discover President Shinra. Okay. And that, like, he like kind of like explodes into this dust, and then Genova's there.
I hate it when that happens.
I know.
God damn it!
I'm trying to stay as solid.
Well, there I went and exploded into dust again.
They also are doing something a little weird. It is confirmed that Uematsu is part of the team right now. Oh. Uematsu was the original composer for Final Fantasy VII. Yes. Yes. I'm so fucking happy he's part of this game. I don't know if he's, like, you know, main composer. I'm pretty sure that Because I can't imagine they're making too much new music. They're pretty much just taking what originally was there, and they're going to, just
like remaster it.
Well, not really remaster it. More like recompose it. Just because obviously everything is new, and it's you know what I'm talking about. He's making a new theme song for the game, which is really weird. There's another video that came out that same day where they're talking to Uematsu and like the sound production team, and they also brought in Yosh from this band called Survive the Prophet. They sang the opening song to Vinland Saga, so obviously I'm fucking into it.
Right.
And it just seems really cool. Like the song has this real it has this harmonica to it.
Oh, okay.
Which is fucking amazing, and it's so Final Fantasy VII, and it's so Uematsu. So I'm really hyped. I'm really hyped. I mean, obviously, if you can't fucking tell.
Yeah.
And I gotta say, it's definitely the best trailer, but I wouldn't blame you if you stayed away, because it does talk about a lot of shit in the game, especially if you haven't played the original. But a lot of people are trying to stay away from it because they don't want to get spoiled, and it's like, well, I mean, it is a 23-year-old game, blah, 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 blah.
So, in sad news, we recently lost Terry Jones.
Yes.
One of the Pythons.
Mm-hmm.
And the genius behind the spam, and more spam routine.
Spam, wonderful spam.
But so yeah, I posted about that the other day when it happened, or when the news broke anyway. And so our condolences. I mean, it's such a brilliant group of guys, and so that's just really hard. But.
In more Marvel news, Owen Wilson signs on for a major role in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Wow. Exactly.
Wow.
It's for the Disney Plus Loki series, and it's still undisclosed what the role is.
I'm pretty sure it's Wow Man.
Yeah, it's Wow Man. Yeah. So hopefully we can see where that goes. I mean,
that's interesting. That's an interesting pick,
right? Like
maybe he'll play Hansel.
He's so hot right now.
That would be amazing.
I kind of thought the same thing when they got Paul Rudd to play Ant-Man.
Yeah.
And now everyone fucking loves him. So.
Yeah, that you can't see him in any other role.
Mm-hmm.
What else? The Batman started filming. They started production 5 days ago.
Oh, wow. I thought they already had.
No. They started production 5 days ago. So that fucking Harley Quinn movie seems to be making they're actually getting good reviews.
Really?
Yeah.
I was reading some of the reviews, and a lot of people were saying it's their favorite modern DC movie.
I mean, I'll torrent it. And I refuse.
They're comparing the action scenes to the John Wick series.
Oh yeah.
They're saying that the action is right on par with John Wick, and the humor is.
Now who's they?
Yeah.
These are people who've seen the movie.
Talking about John Wick.
Yeah.
Like
people that get like the early reviews and shit.
Yelpers.
I hope not. They've also said that the humor in the movie breaks they break the fourth wall a lot. They said that the comedy is almost akin to Deadpool.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe I'll wait till you can buy it on or rent it on Xbox or PS4 and just watch it.
The more I watch about this movie, the more interested I become.
I am too, but I'm not go out and see it interested,
I'm getting there.
Yeah, I'm totally not. I mean, if they made a Birds of Prey movie about the Birds of Prey, then cool. But it sounds like it's just a vehicle for Harley Quinn. Which is fine, but I'm not going to pay money for it.
They were talking about how Huntress and Canary stole the show pretty much.
Really?
Yeah, with their with their scenes, and then
I'm listening.
yeah, and Rosie Perez fucking nailed Renee Montoya apparently.
I'd like to nail Montoya. I just want to get in there.
Montoya.
Well, you should learn to say her name first.
Well, I'm a little too, you know, I'm a little verklempt.
Talk amongst yourselves.
Have you tried Joker in Mortal Kombat 11 yet?
No, I haven't.
It's kind of fun.
A lot of people are saying it's the best DLC character.
I've always liked playing the Joker character in fighting games, like in the Injustice games. Like he was always one of my favorite to play. So I'd assume he'd have a nice little moveset.
he's better than the last Joker they tried to make.
Yeah.
The evil Joker.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I played a couple matches with him, and he's kind of fun. I really like playing Sindel, though.
Sindel looks pretty fun.
And now I'm just waiting for
Spawn. Everybody seems to be waiting for that one.
That's when I'll jump back on and re-download it, because ever since I platted it, I was just like, I
got rid of it,
Fuck
and then I saw some guy in the classifieds. He was like selling it without a case. Like he had it in a Ziploc bag, and it's in good condition. He's like, I'm selling this for $15, and I was like, okay, yeah, I'll take you up on that.
Did you ask him why it was in a Ziploc bag?
Just didn't have the case.
Oh, so it's just the okay.
It was just the game, but he had it in the
Ziploc
bag for
is
like
a weird choice.
protection.
Yeah, right. Like
You could get a disc sleeve.
Yeah, like
Like it would have been funny if he just handed it to you and went, I just didn't want to get jizz on it.
I was like, don't hold it like that.
First of all,
He liked to have it in the shower with him. He's like, I love this game so much. I'm gonna sell it for $15.
This isn't really news, but I just wanted to kind of vent for a minute about Best Buy.
Oh God, let's hear it.
Okay,
you want to fucking hear horror
so
stories.
this is part lack of knowledge on my fault, but I'm attributing it to more on their side because I'm the customer and I'm always right.
That's right.
So I have needed a new fan for my PC for a minute, and I went down there and I was looking, because I wanted to also see if they had those RGB strips that you can put like behind your TV.
Yeah.
Which they do. Of course, they're like ungodly amounts of money.
Yeah.
So I found a fan. It was an Insignia branded fan. It was $10, and I'm like, sold. I don't care. As long as it works. I get home. It's the wrong size. I'm like, okay, my bad. I didn't see what kind of fan I had before I left. So I go, I see a Corsair RGB one, and it's like $40. I'm like, hell yeah, let's do it. Get home, and the guy that like is like helping me look at fans, he's like, yeah, and this one lights up and stuff, and I felt like Ron Swanson in Parks and Rec. I'm like, yeah, I know more than you, like obviously. Get home, neither of us knew that it was a part of it was an extension to a Corsair fan kit. So you have to buy like the kit that's like $130, and then this is just an extra fan for
Holy
it.
fuck.
So I get home and I'm like, where does it plug in?
Yeah.
And then I like look at the box and I'm like, oh,
Son of a bitch.
So I get back there and like the same guy is like sitting at the front each time I walk in, and I'm like, third time's a charm, right?
Yeah.
And I go and I find this fan that's like $20, $17, and I'm like, I'm getting this one and I'm getting the fuck out. And I swear if this fan doesn't hook up right, or if it I'm just not gonna have that fan, because like my case is open, so I don't feel like it really needs the fan.
Right.
But if I decide to put the cover back on, it'll be nice to have. But I'm just like, neither of us knew what we were doing, but you should at least a little bit know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Right, or at least point me to the direction of somebody that does know.
So I'll tell you right now, none of them do.
No, I know. It's like if you
None
ask
of
for
them
anything besides an HDMI cable, they're like, ugh.
The Best Buy.
I mean, except for when Dallin was there. Like,
Yeah.
Dallin
Dallin
knows
knows
shit.
his shit, yeah.
You know?
The people at our Best Buy, Logan, Utah Best Buy, like monkeys could do their job better. Like, honest to God. I've had so many fucking horrible experiences in that place. to the point where they're gonna be lucky if I ever buy like a fucking CD from them ever again. Like they're a bunch of fucking clowns over there.
It's like, I've always thought, like, if I could get a job there, I could probably become, like, the manager.
Yeah.
The Burger King.
Like,
well, I mean, all you gotta do is give, like,
Best Buy.
All you gotta really do is put in a little bit more of a fucking squirt of effort.
Yeah.
More than these fucking people. Because they don't. Like, I've, like, watched them, too. Like, I mean, they've really mastered the art of, like, hey, can I help you? It's like, no, I know fucking more than you.
It's true. No, it's true.
Every single one of those fucking people will walk up to you and ask.
There was one guy there one time, because I got this wild idea. I was going to try and hook up the old sound system that was on my PC. I was like, I wonder if I can hook this up to my TV. So I went and I was trying to find this specific connector, and the dude was like looking in the backs of like TVs that he thought I had, and he was like, I don't think it's this one, and he was like going into shit with me, and I was like, I've never had this happen at Best Buy before. Like, if I could give this dude a fucking tip, like, I would.
Right. No, dude, I used to work at our Best Buy here in London.
And he doesn't know shit.
And I don't fucking I don't know dick from fucking anything.
Like, I've been there looking at games like during the holiday season, and like if there's not an employee there, and I had somebody ask me like, you're a gamer, right? And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, what do you think would be a good Switch game for a kid? And I helped them buy a Switch game. I think it was like the new Mario or whatever, Odyssey.
Big Titty Bitches 3. Kids love that game.
Well,
Backdoor Sluts 9.
I used to work at that Best Buy, and they would just put people anywhere.
Yeah.
Like, there was no set employee.
Like, hey, what are you good at? Awesome, we'll put you in this department.
No,
it's like on the 40-Year-Old Virgin when they moved Steve Carell from the stockroom out to the sales
That's
floor.
exactly what it's like. That's exactly what it's like. There's never a set person. It's always just like, hey, work here. And there are some people that do know what they're talking about, so they'll go to the same spot. But like, there's only one of them. And if somebody else needs help, it's just like, I mean, even when I was with Cole that night we bought your TV, like, it was those two dudes, and they were just like, so you were like, tell me something about this TV, and he's like,
4K.
It has a power button.
Yeah, like, and he's like,
you can watch stuff on it.
It's $800. It's like, I can see that.
And he's
I
like,
can see the tag.
He's like reading the tag. Yeah, he's just like reading the tag. Yeah, it's like 250 hertz. Just standard TV stuff.
God, I can't fucking... Bro, I'm not going to bore you with my stories, but that day I went to go install all the shit in the Z. Mm-hmm. I was in a bad way. I was in the back of that store saying some pretty bad things pretty loudly.
Whenever I go in there, I don't even give them the option to help me. I'm like, no, I'm good.
It just sucks because they have the monopoly on like steelbook cases for games, which, now that I'm in this mood where I'm like kind of not really about it, unless it's like, super special games, like I'm not like hunting steelbooks for everything. Mm. Like they're doing their own steelbook for Doom, for the new Doom coming out in March. And I was thinking about it, and I was like, maybe, and I was like, no, fuck you, Best Buy, I'm not gonna do it.
Even like when I was working at long ago, I was like a seasonal employee at Sam's Club, and they were like, so this is normally when we let all our seasonals go, but we have an opening in our cafe. That's the only place we have one right now if you want to stay on.
Underrated fucking food, by the way.
Yeah. So I was like, okay. And then later on, they had an opening for like an electronics person, and I was like, hey, that's me.
Yeah.
And they ended up going with somebody else, but during the interview process, even the guy was asking me like all these very specific like tech questions.
Yeah.
Like, what's the difference between 1080i and 1080p? And I was just like, oh shit, this isn't Best Buy. Like, you guys want people to know their shit.
Fucking know.
Yeah.
A letter. That's what's the difference.
Well, one comes before the other, so when do I start?
When do I start?
I used to sell vitamin drinks for this company, and they had set me up in Sam's Club, and like I was always so weirded out by that place. You know, like y'all listening that aren't from Logan won't get it, but that one crazy lady.
I know exactly.
Oh my god.
Okay.
I don't know this
She
person.
was a blast to work with, like,
Cause she's so upbeat
She's
and
so
bubbly.
loud.
She's got like she's always wearing like this super dark lipstick, and her hair looks like there are bees in it. Like
Yeah.
she is hilarious, but she's very like, how's it going? Like, just like
She kind of sounds like that one chick that started hanging out with.
like
Yeah.
pretty much.
She kind of sounds like times 10.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. Like that's what will be when she gets old.
Oh my god.
probably her mom.
I know, huh?
One time though, she came up to me, and she was like,
Grab me by the dick.
It was right for Obama's second term, and she goes, "If we elect Obama into the second term, there's gonna be martial law. You need to tell all your friends to head back to Mexico while they still can."
Holy shit, dude!
Are you serious?
I'm so
So
dead.
she's straight up is. All right.
And I was just like,
She's just concerned for you and your well-being
and I'm just
and
like,
your Mexican friends.
yeah, because I have so many of them. I'm just, oh god, dude,
You got a
that
whole
lady.
gang of them, don't you?
Half of them are my cousins. Like,
There was this one time where I came back in from my break, and like the hours that I worked, I only got like a 15-minute break, because I didn't work very long during the day, because they closed at like 8 or whatever. So I get one break, so I'm always like outside, like eating a pizza and like smoking at the same time. So I only have time to do one thing.
yeah.
And sometimes if I wasn't hungry, I'd just go out and
Just
smoke.
put the cigarette on the
Yeah.
pizza.
Just like unwrap it and just kind of like oregano, just
Eat the tobacco.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
fucking. I come back in or whatever, and she's like, we're just talking or whatever, and she's like, "How was your break?" And I'm like, "Oh, it was all right. I just went out and smoked." And she's like, "Were you smoking weed?" And I was like, "What? No.
No.
Why would you even suggest that?"
Why?
Why even fucking
Eddie,
talk like
I
that?
wish you had told her, "Yo, I'm Cuban, B," just to mess with.
She's
her.
like,
I'm fucking Puerto Rican. We're a Commonwealth of the United States.
You dumb
must have-
bitch.
She must have cried when Trump got elected. She's like, the world is saved.
Oh, I know.
I bet you she's lapping that shit up
Oh
right now.
god.
But she's one of those anti-Bernie people. There's gonna be martial law. if
well,
Bernie
I'll
Sanders-
say, like, when I worked with her, like,
We'll descend into
I
communism.
absolutely loved working with her. She was fun.
She seems like every day would be a little different.
She has
exactly how it was.
She has this laugh,
Oh
dude.
my god.
Oh, yeah. She was just, and she would laugh at the dumbest things, and she's like,
And it was it was like loud at something that just wasn't very funny.
you could hear her from like the other side of Sam's Club.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like, how you doing? Oh, just another day in paradise. And I'm just like, oh my god,
Chill out.
why are you so loud? But anyway, shout out to that lady.
Joaquin Phoenix's Joker is the best way to describe
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's time for another edition of
What you playing? What you playing? What you playing?
What You Playing?
Oh wait, the episode wasn't about her. I thought.
No, it
No?
wasn't. It wasn't
Oh.
about her.
Not about crazy lady in Sam's Club
This
That
is
could be an episode.
and her origins.
It's her
Make
origin
up.
story.
We make up origin stories and
Yeah.
then present them.
Yep. This is the part of the show where we go around the room and we talk about the games that we're playing right now. So, Nick, what you playing?
Well, I am in, I don't know at what point I'm in, but I'm chugging along Banner Saga 2.
Nice.
Those fucking games, like...
Those games are so cool, dude.
They are so well written. And have you played the second one?
I haven't played the second one yet.
Like, there's, like, there's a little bit of, like, actual animation and voiceovers of the characters here and there. So,
That's
like, it
way
kind of
cool.
adds to it. I did try and delve into Warcraft 3 Reforged.
So
Tell me how that went.
Why is everyone freaking out about this game right now?
Everyone is mad because it's essentially like a not on the same plane, but it's essentially almost Hello Games. Like, hey, here's all this shit that you're gonna get.
Really?
And game comes out and all that shit's not there.
Okay.
Like, in the original Warcraft
Unfulfilled
3,
promises.
there is an area where you can just go and set up, you know, a game with the bots. Mm-hmm. And, you know, like, I was trying to do that the other day, and I'm like, where do I set this up? And all you can do right now is, like, custom games, which are amazingly fun.
Yeah.
And versus, and I'm like, I can't just, like... And then campaign.
Yeah.
But a lot of people are complaining about stupid, like, oh, the graphics don't look like very Warcraft. I'm like, I started this game up and I was streaming and I exclaimed out loud, I was like, wow, these look really good for Warcraft 3.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, I've heard a lot of people compare this release to Fallout 76.
Oh, wow.
And then I've heard a lot of other people go, I haven't had any problems.
see, and
So,
I didn't have any,
yeah.
like, technical problems. Like, I mean, when I was playing a custom game, my PC was kind of chugging along, but I was playing a custom game where, like, a ton of units were on screen at a time, so it's understandable. I didn't have any bug issues. The other thing that people are up in arms about is the fact that, like, any custom game that you make is supposedly owned by Blizzard.
Oh, wow.
What the fuck?
Like, they supposedly own it. And
Like the footage?
like, because, you know, in the old game you could, like, you know, download custom maps and have them there so you could start up the game and play it, but supposedly it's, like, just property of Blizzard.
Oh, wow.
And I read a really perfect comment on, I think it was GameSpot's article that posted it, and somebody was like, all somebody needs to do is just make a custom map called Hong Kong Protest and name every character in the game Blitzchung, and Blizzard will just own that. And I was like, oh my god.
That would be really beautiful.
Damn, bro.
But
That would be amazing.
I mean, I think a lot of people were expecting, like, hey, this is going to be a new Warcraft 3 game, and it's like, no, dude, it's a graphically improved version of Warcraft 3 Reign of Chaos, and what I'm assuming is going to be Frozen Throne pretty soon. But
it just seems like everyone's more peeved about the fact that there's, like, a lot of, like, internet intrusion in it, more than the original game was. Like, it's it sounds a lot like what happened with the Doom ports when they ported all those old Doom games to newer age consoles. Yeah. Where they put Bethesda.net things in it, where you had to log into Bethesda.net to be able to even play the fucking game. So it's like it sounds a lot like that, and it seems like, and like that, that shit's intrusive and it doesn't need to be there, but at the same time, like, that's almost kind of the way games are these days. Like, as much as you don't want to admit it, like, most games that you get online and play, like even Call of Duty, like, you have to sign in twice.
So I'm playing that, obviously, and I thought to myself, I traded some games in, and I was like, maybe I'll pick this up digitally on Xbox, because I have people that I can play with that we can actually party chat on our, respective consoles instead of lobby chatting. So I buy it, I get home, I start installing it, and then I go to link my Activision account, and it doesn't fucking work.
Are you serious?
So, like, everything else I can link. Like, I even linked Steam, which Call of Duty's not even on Steam. I don't know why it gives you the option.
It's not?
No, it's on Battle.net because it's Activision.
That's right.
I was able to link that, but I go to link my gamer tag to my Activision account, and like it just sits on a screen for like indefinite.
Oh,
and
no.
I went on to their website, and they're like, "Oh, if you need help with this, hit us up on Facebook or Twitter." And I'm like, so like every day I have been tweeting Activision and Activision support, and I'm like, day 5, haven't heard anything back from them. I'm just gonna keep doing that until I get an email back.
Yeah, dude,
it's bullshit.
You might have to bite the bullet and call.
I can't find a way to do that. Like, I've been looking.
Like, they do so much shit nowadays to where if they can avoid a call, they will. Like, I remember, I forgot who it was. I think it was Xbox, because I had accidentally bought Game Pass for my son when I wanted to buy him Ultimate, and those motherfuckers gave me the runaround for like an hour and a half, and I'm like just getting home from work. It was like his Christmas present, and I'm just wanting to go to bed. And I spent like an hour trying to reach them, chat them, talk to them. It is bullshit.
Well, it almost feels like they've purposefully made it incredibly frustrating and time consuming to the point where they're like, you were like, just fuck it.
Like,
I'll eat the $15 if I don't have to fucking do this.
I just want to know, like either why I can't do this, or if like you
There's a
guys
way to
can do
fix
it on your end,
yeah.
because I've had to start over on, if I want to play it on Xbox, like I've had to start everything over.
Are you fucking kidding?
Because that's what I was trying to do. I was trying to link it so that I could be at the same point on both consoles.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Derek, what you playing?
So I've been playing Paperboy on...
Fuck yeah.
No, I totally haven't.
Aww.
No, that'd be cool though.
I mean, I'm pretty sure if you've got Nintendo Online, you can play the old Paperboy.
Can you?
Yeah,
Hell yeah,
dude.
dude.
Sure. Dude, I was on my way back from Salt Lake this morning, and I was playing Super Punch-Out.
Oh, nice.
From the Super Nintendo.
Yeah. Nice. No, I've been playing World of Warcraft, of course. That's been pretty fun. I really like the new additional content.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people are like, at least a few people that I know are kind of complaining about, oh, well, I all these dailies and da-da-da-da-da. And I mean, I've played WoW since vanilla. I'm used to dailies. And these dailies are varied enough that it doesn't really bother me. Like, there's a lot of variation, and then you're also leveling up your cloak, because that's your important gear piece for this.
Gotcha.
Second half, or I don't know about half, but this latter half of the expansion.
Is the other half a dagger?
No. No, but so it's been a lot of fun, and I really like the way that you increase your cloak level is by doing these things called horrific visions, where you go into like this little instance, and you can do it solo or you can do it with other people, and you go and you clear these areas of either Stormwind or Orgrimmar, and so you defeat these little mini bosses in each of these little areas, and then you go into the center of either one of them and defeat like a main boss.
Okay.
And so like at first, all you're doing is going in and defeating the main boss, because that's really all you can handle. Mm-hmm. And then as you level your cloak, you go and you do one of the side areas, and then you go do 2 of the side areas. Like, so each time it gets progressively bigger and a little more difficult, and so it's been a lot of fun.
Oh yeah.
They're supposed to be, aren't they supposed to do another expansion later too?
Well, yeah. So like this isn't an expansion, quote unquote.
Well, I mean, but since
like,
the last one, there's another one coming out.
Exactly. So this is basically kind of setting the stage for what's coming. Because this is the last major content update before that happens. But yeah, so that's been really cool. My daughter and I have been playing Luigi's Mansion 3.
Nice.
Which has been fucking awesome. We're like super close to being done.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
So that's been really cool.
Did you see that? I could have mentioned this in the news, but I'm excited because one of the games for gold is Call of Cthulhu, and it's like a first-person kind of like
that newer one?
Yeah,
the one that came out last year.
Yeah.
Okay.
But and I know it's a little bit late for us, but BioShock Collection's hitting PS Plus.
I saw that.
Yeah, I'm real butthurt.
Yeah,
because I bought Derek's copy.
Yeah, he did. He did.
Not too long ago.
And
which
I no
we
longer
still
have
have to do.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
We still have to do episodes on the other two. How are you doing on Resident Evil?
I haven't gotten too much further on that just because I haven't had a heck of a lot of time.
Which one are you playing right now?
Zero.
Oh, okay.
Because that's the other thing is that in WoW I've gotten way into pet battling, and I have been for a long time now. I have been since I think Legion. So the last expansion was really where I started to like massively get into pet battling.
Right.
And there are these pet battle dungeons that you can go do, and which are are kind of fun because they're in these old dungeons that you've already done like as a player.
Oh, okay.
And now you're like going through a little pet battle version of it. So that's kind of cool. But there was a new one that was released along with all of this new content. And so I was working on getting pets to do that because I had most of the pets, but I was missing one, and then some of the other ones just weren't leveled. But fortunately last week was pet week, so I was able to like just
rail through. Yeah,
just really quickly. I was getting, I think 4 or 5 pets leveled from level 1 all the way up to level 25 per day.
Nice.
Like, and it was like about an hour's worth of work. I mean, I say per day because the battles that I use are dailies,
right? So
I can't do them more than once. But yeah, I was leveling up 4 or 5 pets a day.
That's
like
dope.
Just so quick and easy, and it was great. But,
hell yeah!
So I'm now that I'm caught up with that, and I went and got that all done. Now I can start going back to Resident Evil a lot more.
You really should just skip 0 and go right to 1.
Yeah. Well, like how far am I? Because so I'm in the what is it? It's not a school, right? What is it? Like the
I haven't played 0, so I don't know.
Oh.
Well, there you go.
Alrighty.
Furthest I've gotten 0 was after the train crashes, and then you get to the
whatever that mansion.
There's a lot of not real friendly user things in 0. Like there's problems with the item box and stuff like that just breeds frustration within a player.
Those older games, yeah, like when you're like, oh, okay, I probably need to pick this up. Oh, wait, I can't because I don't have any fucking room.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nick and Derek, have you guys been watching Ava? I know we're doing Ava next week, so I thought I'd check in.
I've watched through.
I'm not quite halfway.
A good amount.
Okay.
Like I'm a couple of episodes past the point where he like kind of like I don't know how to even describe it, but he becomes one with like the goo or whatever. Like he's like into Ava, but they can't find him. They can't.
He gets lost in the Sea of Daedric.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they come across that angel that for some reason has like a corporeal form where it just like engulfs him.
Yeah.
That's when Shinji is like really kind of cocky, like for the only time in the entire series, and kind of just like gets gut punched for being so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Where are you at, Nick?
I don't think I've hit that yet. So
that is almost because that's exactly where I'm at. I'm about to watch that episode.
Oh, okay.
That's kind of halfway-ish.
Yeah, I'm not quite.
What happened in the last episode that you watched? Have you met Asuka yet?
I think so. Yeah.
I love the shit out of Asuka. Though.
She's fucking great.
She's so great.
Asuka.
Don't.
You know what?
Don't.
I love that.
Fucking don't.
My influence is growing.
Well, cool.
I'm becoming more powerful.
I'm super excited to talk about that shit with you guys. I love that shit a lot, and it's definitely it's easily digestible in the week span we have right now.
My problem is that I'll be watching it while doing something else. And then I'm like, what the fuck did I just miss? And I'll have to rewind it. Yeah, like I find myself constantly like going back 30 seconds because I'm like,
it's reminding me how much I love like the older animes
90s.
like that, like Rurouni Kenshin and this, and then because I think like the first actual anime that me and my friend at the time got into was the original Gundam Wing. And that had kind of
I haven't gotten the
Gundam
Gundam yet, or Gundam Wing yet.
So the original one, because I know there's probably a bunch of spin-offs of it, but like the original one was really, really good. And by the way, right now, like the first season, I got it because why not? The first season of Dragon Ball Super is free on Xbox.
Really? Okay.
By the way, I think it would be really fun to do like an episode where we talk about some of the crazy, like just bonkers ass off the wall weird cartoons from like the 80s and 90s that we watched. I think that'd be pretty fun.
Biker mice from Mars.
Oh my god, bro! Attack of the Killer Tomatoes,
dude. That was the shit. That was the shit. But like
tomatoes.
But what was my favorite? I think one of my favorite ones was Brave Star. Do you remember Brave Star?
I don't think I remember Brave Star.
Oh my god, dude. Brave Star was the shit. So it's this cowboy in space, and I think the planet is called New Texas even, or some dumb shit like that.
You've already sold me on it. Like,
and his horse is like it's like part metal, and when he hops off his horse becomes his sidekick deputy. So he like stands up on his back two legs, and like his body kind of changes to where he's like a horseman.
Oh, crazy.
Wow, this really is old, dude.
Dude, it's like show him the horse.
Good God.
Jesus. So plus the guy Brave Star, like he uses all of these different I mean, it's almost like a totem kind of thing where he'll be like he'll call out the name of an animal and some aspect of that animal, and he can then use that. So he'll be like,
God, look at them being bros.
yeah, dude.
You son of a bitch.
So like he'll go strength of the bear, and then he's super strong, or he'll go speed of the puma, and he can run really fast. I loved every fucking second of that shit.
Right on.
But anyway, so I think we should do that.
I think a Saturday morning cartoon episode would be super rad.
Cool as hell. Yeah, I still really want to do the I don't want either of you to watch End of Ava. I still really want you to watch it at my house.
Well, that's the only way we could watch it, right?
No, End of Ava's on.
Well, like
on
you,
Netflix.
so you don't want
is
us to watch like the final episodes?
No. I want you to watch the final.
This is
episodes.
a movie.
Oh yeah. Oh
So
right.
there's the original span, episodes
So
1
watch
through 24.
the episodes and then.
And then after that, stop.
Okay.
There's 26.
Or yeah, 26. Yeah. I get confused between that and Bebop all the time. And then End of Ava is like a 2-part thing, and it's like a little over. I think it's like I don't know if it's quite an hour and a half. But yeah, I wanna see your guys' reaction to that, because it is just the most evil shit. It is just the most vindictive fucking asshole shit ever. It's just amazing.
Hell yeah. What are you playing?
I am playing a myriad of different things right now. To start off with, the DLC for Kingdom Hearts 3 came out. I promise to keep it brief.
Please.
I really like it a lot.
Does it make up for the full game?
No. Fuck no. Dude, that game is so flawed in so many ways, and that I have explained in ad nauseum. However, I really do think that it somewhat fixes the issues that I had with the ending of the game.
Okay.
So the ending of the original game is pretty all over the place. Like, things kind of just happen, and there's no real explanation on why things are happening. And either that or it's just like quickly glossed over, and it's like, hey, believe me, believe me, this is real. Like, this is happening. And then, like, the DLC kind of has this real weird way of, like, justifying those decisions, but some of them work. Like, I know I was kind of peeved in the beginning because it seemed like we were just, like, replaying things, but, like, there were, like, different spins on it. But as it progresses, it's about 3.5 to 4 hours long. I started it and couldn't stop it, which I feel like is a testament to how much I liked it. But it adds a lot of things, and like I won't get into spoilers for who fucking ever cares. But there are just some really, really cool moments in it that, I mean, so much to the point where I think it might actually be the best ending for a Kingdom Hearts game, which is wild. But, and then there's also the second half of the DLC where it is just an absolute fucking boss rush of all these bosses that you fought before. Some of them are new, but most of them are just ones that you fought before. But they're remixed fights, and they are so insanely, brutally fucking hard. It reminds me of End of Ava, where it's just a vindictive creator gets tired of all the criticism and just absolutely fucking ramrods you with exactly what you want, but just a little too much of it. One of my main complaints with Kingdom Hearts 3 is that it was too easy. Yeah, you made up for that, Nomura. You definitely did.
You son of a bitch.
Got a belly full of white dog shit?
However, there are those fights where I was like screaming. I was like, this is exactly what I want. And then like an hour later, I'm like, you're a fucking asshole, Nomura. Why did you make him so hard? You know, like these.
Well, because we were here for part of you going through those fights.
I just wanted
and that
to
shit
show
was
you.
Crazy.
And that's how all of them are. All of them are this fucking bombastic, crazy anime all over the fucking place. It's insane. However, I really dig it. It's a little pricey for $30. I mean, I'm sure you're going to get like some kind of complete edition down the road if you are, you know, interested in it.
Sorry.
But I really dig it. And I didn't expect to at all. Obviously with my feelings of the base game going into it, I wasn't expecting that at all. I'm also playing a game called River City Girls.
I want to play that game.
It's fucking amazing. It's like, it's really good to the point where I bought it even for Angela, for her to play it. It's a beat 'em up. It's just like one of those old school beat 'em ups, and it's pixelated. It's got beautiful pixel art in it. It's made, for some reason, it's made by Arc System Works, the same people that made, they made like, you know, the Grand Blue games, and they also made that super stellar Dragon Ball Fighter Z game. They're just masters at fighting games, but they go in here. It's only $30, and it's like, it's got this crazy, charming story. It's a sequel based on that old NES game River City Rampage. Okay. And where you're playing as these two dudes, and I don't really know if there's
Isn't that on the Switch?
Yes,
with
it
the
is.
Nintendo.
Yes, it is. It's a cool game. It's just an old school beat 'em up, but it's like super. You know, it's original NES. But so you're playing as the girlfriends of those two dudes, because those two dudes get kidnapped, and so you're playing as these two girls, and you're trying to find out what happened to them. It's super charming and a lot of fun.
I just read a comment on an ad for Warcraft 3 Reforged, and somebody was Reforged is such a record-setting game, beating out classic titles like Ride to Hell, Retribution, Metal Gear Survive, and the ever-popular WWE 2K20. Good show getting that 0.5. You've earned it, lads. That's its user score, by the way, 0.5.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I'm also playing a game called Yakuza 0. I've been told repeatedly, like non-stop, to play these Yakuza games. I actually bought Yakuza 0 probably like 2 years ago, and I just have never even looked at it. It's just always been sitting on my shelf. I understand the hype. Game's really cool.
Oh, yeah.
It takes place in this fictional part of Tokyo, and you play as this up-and-coming, obviously, like, thug Yakuza guy. And his name's Kiryu, and it's a lot. I'm only like 2 or 3 hours into it, but it's like Scorsese crime drama good. Yeah. And then you mix that in with this ridiculous kawaii shit all over the place. Like I was doing just for an example, I was in a bar getting drunk with my friend, and he says, "Hey, let's do karaoke." And so you choose a karaoke song, and then it busts out into this like this rhythm game where you have to, it's a lot like Parappa the Rapper. Mm-hmm. And then it just goes even bigger, and it goes into this like this fever dream of like you're dressed up in 80s gear, like hard,
holy
like
shit,
hair metal 80s band.
Hell yeah!
And he's singing in Japanese. It's just a lot of fun, and those games are super cheap, and there's so fucking many of them.
I think the one that I was playing, I guess technically I'm still playing it, it was on PS Plus. I think it was Kiwami. Yakuza Kiwami, wasn't it?
Yakuza Kiwami is the remake, the PS4 remake of the first game.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to get to it. I'm really digging it. It's just super Japanese, and that's, up my alley.
It's right up your alley.
Those games are definitely fun.
Oh, and I've been playing the fuck out of Smash. Byleth came out, and she's she or he, whatever the fuck you want to do. It's a lot of fun. Not really that great of a character. Probably low mid tier if I had to place it somewhere. She's super super slow. Her hops are not good at all. Her double jump is not good at all. But her recovery makes up for it because she has her up B, which is the sort of the creator. It whips out and you can catch the ledge and everything, which is really nice.
Nice.
It has this super mean version of that up B move where if you're both off of the stage and you are underneath them, you can hit up B and rocket up to them and then like kick them down, and it's a spike. It's a meteor effect, so it like immediately launches them down to die.
Doesn't he or she have like a shield breaking move?
2 actually.
Yeah.
The down B attack, if you manage to get it, it's insanely slow, and it does have a little bit of armor to help out with that, but if you're in like the higher percentages, you're not even going to notice it. And then also if you hold her neutral B, the bow and arrow, if you manage to get that off while they're holding their shield, that'll break it as well.
Nice.
I've been playing the hell out of her. I don't see it going anywhere. I'm still maining Terry, but it's a lot of fun for sure.
Very nice.
And that's it.
So I've been mostly playing Call of Duty. The battle pass is almost up, so I'm just trying to get as much as I can before it runs out. I've also
Have you got the crossbow yet?
No.
I almost have it unlocked.
Oh, dude, I need that thing.
Because you have to get 5 kills in a game with the marksman rifle with a reflex 25 different times.
Oh wow.
So it's easy. It's just fucking takes a long time.
Yeah. I'm also playing Overcooked 2.
Yeah, you are.
That game is so fun, and like I've dedicated myself to platting that game without telling myself that I'm platting that game.
You sadistic son of a bitch.
I'm not 100% dedicated to the platinum, but I'm like doing all the shit that I need to do to get it, and it's super fun. Like it's just it keeps you entertained, really. And like one of the things
about you sometimes.
One of the things for the platinum is that you have to get 3 stars on every level.
Are you playing this game solo?
Yeah.
Good God, man.
Yeah. So like you have to get 3 stars on each stage in every like world or whatever. And like right now I'm in the 5th world. and I've gotten all the triple stars for each of those. But I'm doing that. Tetris 99 has gotten me by the balls this weekend just because...
you have put 300 hours into Tetris 99.
Are you serious?
I checked your stats the other day. What? Are you okay?
It's the Tetris Maximus tournament. So, for those of you that don't know, if you get a certain amount of points, the top 999 get $10 worth of Nintendo coins. So, I feel like that's what I've been doing, and so like
it's what it's all for.
That's what it all boils down to. I've also been playing Fallout 3. I'm trying to finish that because I've only got like 5 or 6 trophies left for that. And one of the trophies is neutral playthrough and bad karma playthrough. So I'm doing that, and I'm also playing The Last of Us.
Whoa, you're playing The Last of Us right now?
Yeah.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I'm playing The Last of Us because I watched a couple of YouTube videos that I just came across while I was going down a rabbit hole, and it was elders react to the first scene.
Oh, that's great.
And then
it's a great way to get inspired to play that game.
And then it's teenagers react to the first scene. So I'm just like, all right, well, fuck, I guess I have to play this now.
Yeah.
So how did those go?
They were pretty funny. Like some of them were pretty cool. Like there were a couple of people that were really taken back by it and like were really feeling it.
Mm-hmm.
And there were and then there was a couple of elders that were like, well, how is this a video game? Like, why are you? This is morbid. Like, why are you guys doing this?
There's always that one.
Yeah,
right? Like,
don't say that.
Yeah, there's always that one, and
don't play that.
it's usually a white older woman that's like,
Yeah.
This is
Whilst clutching her
this
pearls.
is morbid. Why would anybody want to do this? Like,
Oh my!
Yeah.
Why would anybody want to? Yeah.
So
Well, I started playing that again too. I mean, I haven't touched it in just a little minute, but I did start playing that again just in anticipation of 2
Last of
coming
Us
out.
2, yeah. Other than that, I think that's it. I think that's all I'm playing. So it's Call of Duty, Overcooked, Last of Us, and Fallout 3 are like my main ones.
Totally off topic, but I was telling you about this before we started up, but I just want to briefly talk about the movie that I saw on Saturday.
Oh, gotcha.
Jojo Rabbit.
Yeah.
Fucking amazing.
This is the
Taika
one where-
Waititi movie.
Yeah, he plays Hitler, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Dude, I thought that, like, so the premise is it's this kid named Jojo, and he is essentially in the Hitler Youth, and they're all training to become SS officers in war. And Hitler is his imaginary friend. And the version of Hitler that Taika Waititi is like, it makes you just... It's weird to say, but it makes you love it. Like, he is the funniest Hitler, which is a stretch to say because Hitler was very rarely funny, I assume.
I
Kind of a fucking douche.
Like,
I put movies like Jojo Rabbit in the same vein as like the Wes Anderson movies. You know, like Wanderlust and
it's almost like a really funny Wes Anderson type movie. Like there's a scene where they're all in the pool at the camp, and it like pans in, and Jojo Rabbit is like, that's his nickname, but he's underwater, and Hitler is just like swimming around him, and he's wearing like a swim cap, and he like comes up out of the water, and he's just like, and he's smiling, and he's always telling Jojo to look for the horns on the Jews. Yeah. And because basically the premise is his mom, who's played by Scarlett Johansson, she has been secretively helping hide a Jewish girl up in this crawl space in her room, and he ends up finding her, and they kind of become friends or whatever. And there's this scene where Sam Rockwell is like one of the main Nazis in the movie, and he's like the one training him, and he's like like teaching him how to throw a grenade, and there's a scene where the little kids that are like the older kids are trying to tell Jojo, you got to kill this rabbit. You got to know that you can kill on sight. And he doesn't do it, and he runs away. And then Sam Rockwell's training them on how to throw a grenade. Yeah. And Jojo is just like, I got to show everybody I can do this. And he runs. And as he's running, Hitler is like prancing alongside of him in like slow motion, like
just like cheering him
yeah,
on.
And he runs up and he grabs the grenade, and in slow motion he triumphantly throws it, and it bounces off a tree and lands at his feet.
Oh no!
And Hitler's just like, shit, and he like disappears, and Joe just like shit, and it shows the grenade explode and like knocks the kid back.
Oh no!
But like the scenes between him and Hitler are like hilarious. I would recommend that movie to anyone.
I'm definitely gonna have to watch it. I've been meaning to.
What a strange movie.
It is weird to like kind of grasp that like
Hitler's a fun character.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
But if anyone could have pulled that off, it was him.
Dude, I've been watching the first few seasons of The Ultimate Fighter.
Okay. Yeah, you have.
I remember watching like, you know, a YouTube video of like the old ones, and then so I just got this wild hair up my ass to go watch it or whatever, and so I started watching it. And I was like, it doesn't get any more 2000s than The Ultimate Fighter Season 1, dude. And like the main theme is just like, oh, another hit is landed, boom, another hit is landed, Ultimate Fighter. Like super new metal fucking.
Wow. Who's that fucking band that sings that? Here comes the boom.
POD.
That's POD.
Oh my
yeah.
God, dude.
Like it's just so funny. You gonna get hit. You gonna get knocked out. And then just like, yeah, fucking Spike TV.
Isn't that scene?
Spike TV.
Isn't that scene of Rampage destroying the door? Isn't that from Ultimate
Yeah,
Fighter?
yeah. I haven't gotten to that season yet, and that's the season I want to get to.
Yeah,
because it's Team Rashad Evans versus Rampage Jackson. Yeah, dude. So far, I watched the first season, which was Randy Couture versus Chuck Liddell's team, and right now it's like,
oh, Chuck Liddell, man.
Yeah, dude. It's
they
fun.
were so up his ass for so long.
Yep. Anyway, that concludes our Shooting the Shit episode. As always, you can follow us on social media.
On Facebook at the Nerd Corporation, a podcast.
On Twitter and Instagram at Nerd Corp Podcast.
So busy laughing at me.
Yeah.
No, I just forgot. I was like, come on.
Social media.
On Twitter and Instagram at Nerd Corp Podcast.
Or you can shoot us an email at nerdcorppodcast@gmail.com.
And if you want to shoot the shit with us, subscribe to our Patreon, patreon.com/nerdcorppodcast. Several tiers of loot to have access to, from stickers and shirts to extra episodes and bonus content. If you can't make a monthly contribution, consider donating to our PayPal, paypal.me/nerdcorppodcast. We want to have the best loot, best giveaways, and all that good stuff for you. Question of the week: Ray or Asuka? Let us know, and we'll read it off on our our Neon Genesis Evangelion episode. For the Nerd Corporation, my name is Eddie Lyon.
I'm Cole Simper.
I'm Derek Reese.
And I'm Nick Lewis.
Wherever you are, whenever you are, just make sure you keep it nerdy.
I like that.
Oh, for God's sake.
Don't bring that Snapchat propaganda.